Hi, my name's David Brook. I'm a wool agent with Landmark. One of my roles is managing the Fibre Direct business, which is a direct-to-mill supply chain. I'm in the Riverina today at Carrathool on the TA Field Estate property Wyvern. With me is the manager David Wagstaff and our wool agent from Deniliquin, Warren Bull. Fibre Direct is a direct-to-mill shearing concept where we shear the sheep in mobs, and the reason for that is that the micron distribution in mobs that are of the same age and have been run together for 12 months is very close. So we shear in mobs and we save money in the shed for the grower by reduced shed staff. The wool table is normally right up next to the shearers with the presses behind it, so the whole shed flows through a much quicker process. From the processor's point of view, Fibre Direct wool is a natural blend of wool. The skirting is still attached to the fleece, so it's naturally distributed throughout the whole consignment. This means that they get a more even wool top and it processes much more smoothly. David, you've been doing Fibre Direct for 5 years now. What are the advantages you found in the shearing shed?
One of the major factors I think here, savings we have, is the labour savings on the wages on the board. We have about 7 to 8 less than we have if we are skirting the wool. And with the present day, when we have up to 30 shearers and their rouseabouts on the property for up to 6 weeks at the main time, it is a long time to keep young ones out. We're finding very hard to get good shed staff. The ones we have are excellent, but to keep replacing them after a long time is very difficult. The shed seems to run very smoothly with the way we're preparing our clip at present.
Warren, you've been promoting Fibre Direct for Landmark in this area for a long time. What have you observed from growers, what they like and dislike about it?
Oh, look, by far the biggest advantage I'm finding is that just the saving in the shed staff. It's been very hard to find good shed staff. Most growers can find shearers, but finding a wool classer or shed staff is a real problem. So being able to reduce the numbers there has made a difference. And they find Fibre Direct's working really well for them and they're happy with their results and the price they're getting.
You've got savings on shed staff. What about other things like we test in much bigger lines than conventionally for auction? There's big savings there as well?
Yes, it is. Very much so in the testing in the big lines. And to be able to have good control of your clip as it comes off the board, off the sheep, into the wool room, we go directly straight into the press and we haven't got wool carryover in bins. It can be a bit of a pain when there's a build-up of fleeces in wet weather, etc. But we finding going straight into the press of an evening, you haven't got a fleece on the ground anywhere. Good. And it tidies up very well.
Excellent. Warren, you mentioned also before a little bit more about shed savings.
Well, it's a lot more economical for the flow of the wool because it's not being double handled where it gets put from the classer into a wool bin and then from a presser up into the press. It goes straight from the rouseabout into the press, so it's a lot more of a flow-through system.
Another area where there's saving labour in the shed is in the branding of the bales. With the Fibre Direct system, we only require branding on the head of the bale. This is because when the wool gets to the mill, it's all blocked together in one big stack, and the only area that they see in the mill is the actual top of the bale, so it makes sense just to brand it there. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to go inside the shed and just have a look at the preparation. You'll see that the presses and the wool tables are right up on the shearing board, and the flow goes really smoothly.
Good length, a bit of dust down the tip, you can see, which is not near as much as what they've had here for the last couple of years. They're well grown, pretty sound, not a lot of VM in them.
They've got good length, haven't they?
Yeah, the ones that have been away on adjustment might have a tad more VM in them, David, than the ones at home here. They're looking pretty good to me. When Australia used to ride on the sheep's back, it was that magnificent fibre that they were talking about.
Fibre Direct was developed from CSIRO research in the 1960s and 70s. The research showed that there was more variation in one staple of wool than in the whole mob when the mob was from a genetic background that was similar and they'd been run together for the previous 12 months. So that's what we base our entire concept on, and that's why we shear in mobs. At the mill end, the benefits for mill processors from Landmark Fibre Direct wool is that the pieces are naturally distributed throughout the fleece wool. Nearly every mill in the world blends other wool with Australian fleece wool to put the price right or make it meet their end needs. Our wool processes beautifully, has low black fibre count, and spinners love it. Another area to save costs with Fibre Direct is in the branding of the bales. We only brand on the top of the bales, not on the face, as I said previously, mainly because in the mill, when the bales are all batched up, the only thing they can see is the top of the bales, so that's really all that matters to the mill. I'm actually standing by a bale of wool which is one of our 40,000th farm lot number. That's since the inception of Fibre Direct in Goulburn, and it represents almost 350,000 bales put through the system. The average lot size is more than double that of auction, which again demonstrates the savings in testing charges. Whilst we're on Wyvern Station today, which is a large wool grower, Fibre Direct preparation is suitable for growers who have all sizes of mobs. So even down to 1 or 2 bales up to 100 bale mobs, like this clip is. So don't be frightened of contacting your Landmark rep. Thanks for joining us today at Wyvern Station for another Landmark Ideas video. We've been showing you the Fibre Direct preparation method. David, thanks very much for having us. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you, David.
Please thank the shearers for us when they finished. And Warren,
Will do.
Thanks for dropping in as
I'm
well.
pleased I could come, David.
Is there anything else you'd like to say just before we leave, Dave?
Very happy with the way things are going. As you saw up there on the board, how smoothly the whole operation is running.
The purpose of Fibre Direct is to add value to Landmark clients. If you'd like to hear some more information about Fibre Direct and how it can benefit your wool production, please contact your local Landmark wool specialist or your local Landmark branch.